Hello, it's Uncommon Fossil here, and putting together a video today showing off Rapid Strike Malamar with the Kirlia engine. If you checked out the podcast that I'm doing with 10 types, it's called Reasonably Effective. In the last episode, we discussed Rapid Strike Malamar as a reasonably effective card and talked about the traditional engines, the Inteleon and Cinccino engine, but then 10 types put out the idea of a Kirlia engine, and I thought, hey, why don't I try and develop that? So Kirlia has refinement for its ability, very much the same as Cinccino's Make Do. You discard one card, draw two, so it's an effective engine for this. The potential advantages are a couple. One, it's a psychic energy, which means the basic, which is the Ralts, can be searched for with Fog Crystal, which the deck plays 4 of. And then secondly, you have the stage 2s that evolve from Kirlia. Gallade is one of them, and it has Buddy Catch ability. Once per turn, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So you can get a supporter, which there's 2 of in this build. Cynthia's Ambition, in your main draw. After you've been knocked out, you draw to 8. And then Korrina's Focus, which is a Rapid Strike card. So that, besides using it to draw cards, it also can be just used to boost your damage output by Rapid Strike Malamar. And then the other stage 2 is Gardevoir. It's got Shining Arcana ability. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 2 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy cards you find there to your Pokemon in any way you want. Put the other cards in your hand. It's primarily a draw 2 card. The deck only plays 2 basic energies, so it's not often that you're going to have the chance to attach an energy to a card, although it's useful when you get it. But it's a draw 2 without discarding, so that is a little bit better than the Kirlia because you're trying to build a big hand size, and you have the potential of using Kirlia's ability and then evolving into Gardevoir Gallade and then using that ability. So you're getting to use 2 abilities out of the 1 evolution line on a turn. So you have Octillery, which lets you search for a Rapid Strike Pokemon. It's a very useful card in the deck. And Malamar is really the only attacker, which makes the deck very linear. It's a stage 1. It has 120 HP. Rapid Strike Tentacles does 40 damage per Rapid Strike card that you reveal from your hand, and those cards get shuffled back into your deck. So it's a deck kind of starts out slowly and builds over time. That's why I like this build similar to the Cinccino build, which it starts slow and builds. Inteleon starts quicker, I know, but it doesn't build over time. In fact, depending what you have to do, it can actually decrease over time. So its energy is just 4 Spiral, 2 basic Psychic, supporters, a number of Pokemon draw cards, a couple nets, and some Rapid Strike cards, Tower of Waters, sometimes to retreat, mainly just for the damage. Korrina's Focus, which lets you draw till 6. You'll use it sometimes, but you also want to use it as a Rapid Strike card to boost your damage. And then Cynthia's Ambition, when it draws 5, but if you were knocked out, Pokemon was knocked out last turn, you draw to 8. And single prize, you're getting knocked out a lot. So that's the basics of the deck. So let's jump in on the ranked ladder, see how it goes. The deck is, it was the card of the day for a reasonably effective podcast. And I think that's a pretty fair description. Rapid Strike Malamar is reasonably effective. I think the deck's running about 50-50 for me, wins and losses. Getting set up or not, so just such a big deal, and it's hard. It's inconsistent there with setting up. You need to draw into a decent set of cards turn 1. But once you get set up, you're in very good shape, and you can one-shot Vs, VMAXs, and V-Stars. So that it gives you, even if you fall behind, you have comeback potential. If you're in a single prize matchup, which you could be, particularly like in Lost Box these days, it's a little tricky to stream attacks, so I don't love that about it. All right, I would have liked to start the Inkay, the basic for Malamar, but that's not an option. But I'll start the Remoraid because I can retreat it for free with Tower of Waters. So I will get this into play, the Ralts, see what I hit with this. I will take Octillery because I want that for next turn. And let's see, I need to get an Inkay into play. So do that rather than the energy. I have basic energy, so that's nice anyway. Inkay, attach. I think I'll hold on to the Tower of Waters. I will just end turn there. So I could have played Tower of Waters and retreated this turn, but I want to save resources. So up against the Dark Box, which I haven't seen in a while, I'm weak to that, but ultimately that's not going to be that big a deal because my HP is pretty low. So these Crobats are nice. They're 2 prizers that I can one-shot. I guess I'll have to see if they play the VMAX or not. But I should be able to hopefully easily knock out the V to one-shot it. Now, they play Temple of Sinnoh, so that's a concern. Special energies only provide colorless energy, so I'm primarily relying on Spiral Energy, so that I will lose that effectiveness. So they could win with Temple of Sinnoh in this game. So saving Tower of Water is what I believe let's looking at. I play 3, so I probably need to bench it. So let's think. So I'm going to play Octillery. I'm going to Korrina's, which draws, so I want to get... maybe I'll get a Ralts into hand, because... a Kirlia. I think I'll get a Kirlia. I can always get the Malamar with Octillery. So I'll evolve him. I will play my Stadium. And I will Korrina's Focus. I need to get, 5, which gets me 200 damage. So I need 5 Rapid Strike cards. So I have 1, 2, 3. I have access to it, but I will Refinement away the Gallade. I like Gallade, but I may be able to get it back because I play, I think, 3 rods. So I do, maybe I'm a little too heavy in these recovery cards. I probably need to refine the deck list a little bit. So I have that. Okay, so special. All right, so 1, 2, 3. I think I want to get an Inkay, right? Because I need to... Oh, wait, don't get an Inkay with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to get something I can't grab with the Level Ball. So that's why I didn't want to grab him. So I retreat. I get free retreat essentially because it reduces retreat cost by 2. So I need Inkay. And I need another 1, 2, 3. So I need another Inkay. I need an Inkay in play also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I believe, let's see, right now, yep, I bench him. I do 200 damage, and I'm good to go. So I get the knockout. That's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 4, 200. Boom. One shot the Crobat. Crobat Vs are really nice targets to have. Now I have no Gust, so I'm probably not going to be able to get up the other Crobat. So Moltres will just knock me out now because it does 20 plus 50 per. It does 120, and I'm weak too, so it goes to 240. All right, Leafy Camo Poncho, just checking that because so it just prevents gusting really to V-Star and V-Maxes. I don't play any supporter gust, that is. Not I don't play any supporter gusts, so that's fine. All right, so they gave me the tanky guy there, which is fine. So how do I want to work this? I think I want to save Cynthia's Ambition, though, because I'm not going to get enough cards from it. So I think I'm just going to do some damage this turn. Since they didn't do anything, I'll get rid of Kirlia. I can recover that, so that's okay. Gardevoir, that's very nice. So I will use him. get 2 cards. Waiting Octillery because I get to choose from that, right? So you want to take the random cards first. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I need to get to what, 8, I think. So I'm not getting to 8 this turn, and that's okay. I'm okay without getting to 8. So I want to get, though, some type of a card here. Let's see, what do I want to get into my hand? Do I want to try to bench anything else? That's the other question, right? I'm going to evolve him. So 1, 2, 3. I do 4 damage. I think I like that position. I have a decent board state, so I do 160. I'm halfway there to getting the knockout. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could attach the Special Energy. Special Energy might be tricky with this matchup because I know they play Temple of Sin. And how many do they play? I don't know. I've bumped 1. I do have 2 more stadiums available to me, and I have Octillery. So we'll see what they do. Throwing down another Crobat. So this is not certainly a top tier meta deck, but Malamar, it's once it sets up, it's good. Against V and V Max decks, it's particularly good. I think I don't play Manaphy in this. I cut that when I added it. I used to have that in the Chinchino build, which I modified for this, but because I added this 2 stage 2s in, I cut a Manaphy and cut a Great Ball to make those 2 deck spaces. So my opponent, they're not in a great spot, so we'll see what they do. I don't know if they can retreat or not. If they can't, I just have knockout. I should be able to knock out the Moltres if that's what they decide to go with. Also, so I'm pretty comfortable. Star Abyss, what's that ability again? Put 2 items from the discard pile into your hand. So okay. So they switched. They're going to take the knockout. I'll promote my Malamar on the bench. I should get the knockout. I need 3 Rapid Strike cards. That should be pretty easy for me. So I'll have to decide, do I want to use the Rod first? I think I'll use the Rod. And I have an energy. Yeah, I'll use the Rod thin down before I use Cynthia's Ambition. So I want Malamar, Gallade. I'm leaving the Kirlia and the Inkay. They're nice cards also, but I do have Rescue Carrier, so I can recover those. I have more recovery options for those. Now I will Cynthia's Ambition since I was knocked out. I have energy. That's nice. What do I have? I have 1. Right now I have 1. Wow. All right, so I need... Let's see what I hit here. So Remoraid, that's good. So 1, 2... And I will bench him. Oh, I didn't use his ability yet, did I? So I'll do that. I could scoop him up to try to set up the more uses down the road. Okay, so I have that, and I'll put down the Ralts because more options for that are good. And then I want to... I might just save the Level Ball, quite frankly, right? I have 1. No, 2. Just need 3. So what do I have here? Let's do Rapid Search. Grab. Sure. I'll get a Spiral Energy. Why not? And now I have Knockout, right? And that's all I need to do. I'll save the Level Ball for next turn. I could have used Level Ball, gotten a Kirlia, but I think I played down both Ralts this turn, I think. There's no game log to take a look, so that's one of the things which they need to add for sure. All right, so I got an Inkay. That's nice because I'll want to bench another Inkay. Or I could... he threw up the Crobat VMAX. I don't know. If he leaves him there in the active, he's looking potentially at losing the game next turn. But he's using Dark Patch to accelerate to Darkrai to take the knockout there. So maybe he's going to... All right, so it's just a retreat cost of 1, so he's going to retreat. He needed the Darkrai on the bench to be able to use Dark Patch. I think that was the strategy there. So I need to get 280 damage. I need to get 7, right? 7 times 4 is 28, does 280. So I'm going to need to get 7 damage count, 7 Rapid Strike cards to pull this off. I have Cynthia's Ambition. It's a pretty nice setup to pull this off, I think. I have a basic energy, which I'll attach. I have a Level Ball, which I can grab a Kirlia with. I have Inkay to bench, so I will be Cynthia's Ambitioning for, I think, for a number of cards. We'll see what I top deck also. So that this deck is working quite well this game. I got set up, and when it sets up against a multi-prize deck like this, the opponent's in a lot of trouble. Like I said, single prize matchups are tricky. Part of it is because it's about streaming attacks, and sometimes it's awkward because you have to shuffle the pieces back in your deck. The nice thing with single prize decks, though, matchup, is that you don't need to get so many cards in hand to do it. So as long as you can attack, it's easier to pull off. So a lot of damage there. But it doesn't matter. It's just one prize, still the same. So I can just get a chuckle about that. So my turn. All right, I liken it. So I'll play the Inkay. I believe I have Kirlia, which I want. I don't want the Remoraid at this point. I wouldn't mind that later, but not right now. Incense for my Malamar. Let's just take a look. What's my energy situation? All right. Do I have... Okay, so I want to play my Malamar, attach my energy. I need 7. So I will get a bunch of cards here. So 1, I don't have... All right, what do I need here? So, how do I want to work this? I think... Well, this just gets me 2 cards, right? So I want this guy. Oh, I could scoop him up, and I might do that. 1, 2, 3. What do I want to discard here? Good question, good question. So I'm going to discard a Fog Crystal, I think. And I could scoop up that Gardevoir. I think I want to do that. So 1, 2, 3. All right, so, I can recover. So I'm going to scoop up my Gardevoir. Boom, boom, boom. Throw down, evolve that guy. So use this card. I'm going to throw the Remoraid in, right? Because I only have, oh no, I have 2 Inkays. I don't want to get rid of that guy. So what do I want to discard here? So I think I want to get rid of Fog Crystal again. I guess I drew another one. So 1. So, oh, can I not do that? Oh, I guess I can't use that ability another time this turn. That's all right. So what do I have? I have 1. So right now I'm at 160, right? So let's pull back. Boom, boom. So I'm very close now. I just need 1 more card. So let's take a look with Octillery. I have something there, and I might even... Is there a... Yeah, so my deck's getting nice and small and maximized, which I like. That's what happens with this deck too. As the game goes on, you really start to... Right, what do I have for Pokemon? Do I... 1 energy. I think I'm going to toss those back. I could have waited. I like the having those in for my draw for next turn, I think. So now I have the damage I need, and I think I just attack. It tells me 280. I don't even have to do the math myself. So I'm all out of cards. So The nice thing is it gives me the slots I have, so I know I've played all the Rapid Strike cards that I had to show. So it's a little puzzle. You solve the puzzle each time. How do you sequence it to maximize the damage as well as getting set up for next turn? It's very nicely set up, right? I didn't evolve the Inkay, but that's okay. I have the Inkay, I have the Octillery. My opponent's in a lot of trouble. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. He might just concede. If he attacks with Moltres, he obviously gets the knockout, but I will knock that out too. Probably the best chance of not losing next turn is if they had another Crobat VMAX to evolve into. All I need to do... Oh, but this guy retreats, right? So he has the other Crobat. So, all right, so I need to get to... I need 5, which gets me to 200. So let's make it happen. So I hit my Malamar. I'll use my Fog Crystal. I'll get the pieces I know I need to attack, because I have to attack. So what do I do right now? I don't want to attack yet. I have 80. So I want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I draw, what, 2 cards with this? Might as well. Am I there yet? No, I need a little bit more. I'm going to just, do I want to toss something? Sure, I will toss my Scoop Up Net. I have it easily. So now I have my 200 damage, so I might as well just attack at this point. 200 damage, and I have game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see Rapid Strike Malamar can be a very effective deck. It it beats up on it. This is a deck I got a very nice matchup, a multi-prize deck that I could just kind of feast on. So, but it really takes advantage of decks like this. So it's a solid choice. I think it's not the best deck around, but it is a decent deck. I'll post the list. You can let me know your thoughts about it. If you have suggestions for improving the deck, let me know. Like I said, I basically took my Chinchino build and just modified it ever so slightly. I think there's tweaking to be done with this, but it's an effective deck, and it will be more of the pieces survive rotation if we want to play Rapid Strike Malamar post-rotation, because this is an engine that survives rotation. So take care.